What's up, guys? Devil Gamer here, and we're back with Prepar3d. I know it's been a while, but finally got all the stuff I wanted to get back on it again. And this is the Orbex Southern Alaska Scenery Pack. It is encompasses all of Southern Alaska, makes it look nice and pretty. And this is one of the airports that you can get with it. Don't know the name, I can't remember the name, but the airport code is PAYA. And around it there are quite a few small dirt strips that I figured would be pretty cool to go land on, like bush pilot style. So for this, we're taking the DCH, or the DCH 6 Twin Otter, which is this beast right here. A perfect bush plane. It's a STOVL aircraft, short takeoff and landing. Be perfect for what we're gonna do. So we're just gonna hand fly it. I think we got about a 10-mile flight to the first one, and then from that one, we're gonna go fly to another one, which is I think 40 miles, called like Dangerous River, which sounds kind of cool. And then we'll go from there. So first thing I want to do is I kind of want to get more room on this. So let's reverse thruster it. Just doing a whole lot of nothing, so. I don't know why it put me so damn close to that other plane. I think we cleared it. I hope so, because I'd hate to lose a wing over this. And then of course the Alaska Airlines aircraft are all over the place. So this aircraft's going to be taking off pretty quick. It can land and stop on a dime, which is exactly what I want for you know, this aircraft. We're going to be landing on some very, very, very short dirt strips. So we need it. We really need to. The first one that we're going to, I've already tried to land at once. There's a problem with some trees right at the end of it, which we will crash into and die if we hit. You know, I thought DCS moment for a second and thought I could fly through trees. I was wrong. So we're going to try to approach it from a different angle this time around and do a high angle of attack landing on it. So let's make sure everything's clear. And so far I'm liking Alaska. I'm liking Alaska because the prop planes, I've been spending a lot of time trying to learn autopilots and, you know, regulations with jetliners, that it's just kind of nice to actually go around and do stuff in prop planes, just VFR it, hand fly everything. I actually quite enjoy that, and that's what I want to do when I get my private pilot's license anyways. We're going to talk about that in a minute. Just let me take off. Alright, so here we go. This thing will kick off pretty quick. You'll see. Watch this shit. This thing is nuts. And there we go. This thing is a crazy bush plane. And I do have the Tundra tires on it just for what we're about to do. We'll throttle her back just a tad bit. I don't want any sort of autopilot systems on or anything like that. Alright. So let me trim her out just a bit. Whoa, hey there. Not what I wanted you to do. Oh shit, okay. Apparently my trim is backwards for this aircraft, which is a no bueno moment. But whatever. Alright, so we're in the air. Now, the dirt strip should be up ahead somewhere. You can see it, it's this little dot right here. It's called A68. It's on this small little creek bed. It's like 2 houses on it. I tried the approach from the west, and there's like one tree at the end of the runway. The eastern side has like a good clearing at the end of the gravel strip with some trees that I might be able to kind of dive down and level out at that clearing and then land. So we're going to try that, but I want to get a good visual on it first beforehand. Since there's no tower or anything, you know, you kind of got to look and see what's going on. Whoa! I think that's it right over there. Could be mistaken. It is dead ahead of us. And we've got some speed that I kind of want to kill, so we're going to throttle back a bit. There it is. That's it right there. Now you can see right there, there's some trees right at the end of it. It's a no bueno situation. But this is kind of how I want to come through, I'm thinking. Because the gravel strip starts right about the end of those trees, and there's this clearing over there. So I think that might be a better approach angle. So it doesn't look like anything on it, which is good. So let's go ahead and cut around and see what we can do. We're going to gain just a little bit of altitude and kill some airspeed at the same time. So I can try to get a high angle of attack approach. And I'm going to drop flaps 1. Even though I shouldn't have done that before a turn, but whatever. Holding at about 100 knots, which is good. Nope, now we're dropping a little bit. The problem with props is just the power is just so on demand there, and it's such an immediate, you know, feeling when you actually get that power or lose it. There it is, okay. Flaps 2. I'm gonna do a hard bank left. So we're gaining some airspeed from this. Looks like we got one tree in the way that I kind of want to clear first, and then we're gonna have to put her down and really hit the brakes. Let's actually, just to be on the safe side, I want to kind of approach from this little clearing right here. Ooh, this doesn't look safe at all. This doesn't look safe at all. Ooh! Goodness me. Goodness, goodness. This is a crazy, crazy approach. And wheels down, brakes, and reverse thrusters. And we made it. Barely. Barely made it. So this was our first stop. Wow, that was kind of intense. So there's one cabin, there's another cabin like right over there. We might be able to take off that way, but just for safety's sake, there's a good gap right here on the left side of the end of this runway that I would like to take instead. So we're gonna do a U-turn here. Go down, turn around, take off. Let's do flaps all the way up. Alright, so that works. That's one down. That was a little sketchy, to say the least. Go flaps 1. And should clear that wingtip wise. I kind of feel like my wingtips were skimming the top of those trees. Like, I feel like that's how close it actually got. Should be a good area to do a nice little U-turn here. So let's brake a bit. And swing her around. Alright, so we're at flaps 1. I'm gonna hold the brakes and full throttle her because we gotta get the fuck out of here. And power. So here we go. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, come on, come on. Nice. That was kind of sweet. I'm telling you, man, being a bush pilot would be fucking sweet as hell. So we're climbing now, flaps up. Maintaining a small climb. We're gonna turn all the way around and hit the next airport before we come back. Which should be right ahead of us. I feel like you're more of a stunt pilot than anything else as a bush pilot. Okay, we're gonna throttle back just a bit. Alright, so anyways, update with my private pilot's license. So far, haven't taken a single fucking course. The problem with that is, being a private pilot is expensive. Like, getting your license, very expensive. Flight training is about $150 an hour. And I think it maxes out at about $11,000 to try just $11,000 to get your whole private pilot's license, the training and everything. I'm not rich. I don't have $11,000. I can't really afford it. You know, I got a kid, I got a family, got to put them first. So it's kind of on the back burner until I can actually budget it out. Because now with this move, I really just am tapped out. Like, I don't have the money to actually do that. It would be nice to take like an introductory course, like your first flight, and just like, you know, GoPro my experience and actually do it, but as of right now, it's pretty doubtful that it's going to happen. How far away is this airport? Not that far. 10 nautical miles. It's a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. There's also a few seaplane bases around here, which are pretty cool. This one I have no clue about, so it's going to be interesting to see what actually happens at this airport, what it even looks like. If it's just a dirt strip, or if it's, you know, actually paved. But it says Dangerous Creek, so I assume it's going to be some crazy-ass shit to land on. But yeah, private pilot license, it is on hold at the moment. And then, you know, we'll see what happens in the future. You never know. But, you know, it's definitely something I'd still want to do, and I'm still going to continue to pursue and still always look at my budget to see. I want this to scream at me at 100 feet, 200 feet. So that's a little, that's how you kind of set your alarm for, or set your altitude for autopilot, but it also has an altitude warning alarm on it to let you know when you've reached that altitude. So the reason I'm putting it at 200 is because I want to know when I'm 200 feet off the ground, because I didn't know the elevation of these. I'm assuming they're 100 feet, just because I think that last one was 100 feet. So that way it gives me a 100-foot warning, letting me know, like, hey, you're going to touch the ground at 100 feet. So it gives me time to flare a little better and kind of get our rate of descent or a vertical speed kind of leveled out and good to go. Yeah, but this one, we'll see. I think that's it right up ahead. It's definitely somewhere right ahead of us. Whoa! None of the scenery is really loaded in, so we can't really tell anyways. That'd be cool if it's one of these, those banks. Yeah, but it's definitely ahead of us somewhere, on that big river right there. So yeah, Devil Dog in a plane. It's not gonna happen anytime soon, but hopefully I can get it all sorted. We're at 3,000 feet. That's a little high, but whatever. You know what? I think it might be that, like, Patch Island right there. That's what it's looking like, at least. Get a little lower so we can take a look. Definitely like a cabin and a dock over there. So I'm going to assume it's right here in front of us, but yet I don't see any sort of gravel strip. We're really going to have to go down and investigate it a little better. Yeah, it's right here in front of us. Alright, so let's descend a bit more. Get back to my cockpit zoom. And we'll try to kind of peek her out and see what we can find. I'm gaining airspeed pretty fucking quick. I don't like that, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything runway-wise. Am I really at 200 feet? No, okay. It's right here on my left. Not seeing anything. Thought I saw another one not far away that we can go check out. Yeah, A67 up here. So let's throttle back up, get some altitude, see what we can see there. See if that's even a gravel strip or not. So at 100 feet now, since 200 feet is really 500 feet, we'll go to 100, so that'll give me a 300 foot setting. I would almost assume it'd be one of these sandbars right here. There's a cabin right there with a boat or something. Yeah, there's a cabin and a boat. So I assume that's what the runway's for, is for that guy out down there. So that's how a lot of these guys get their supplies, is from aircraft. These bush pilots. Okay, so there's another runway right here. A67. Wow, can't talk today. And I actually see it right there. I think that's it right in front of us. Yep, that's it. So we're gonna buzz it and see what we can see obstruction-wise and everything. So we kind of figure out how we're gonna do this, which way would be better. This actually looks like a pretty decent landing strip, compared to the last one at least. So let's get a little lower, figure out what's going on. So this direction might actually be the best direction. Yeah. Ooh, there's a crosswind. Hey guys, I'm here. Bringing you beer. There's a little bridge. You know what? We could probably make it the other way, I think. Alright, so let's do this shit. There's the ice floes up there. They're actual glaciers. Like if I had skis instead of tundra wheels on this, I would be able to go land on it. And there is a ski variant of it too, which is kind of cool. So that would be kind of cool to do. Can't see it, but I know it's right on my left wing. There it is. Kill some airspeed. Flaps 1. Flaps 2. Might be coming in a little too hot on this one. Yeah, we're going to be coming in way too hot. Way too high of a steep angle of attack. We're still dropping airspeed, so this might work. We're at 100 knots though. Definitely tell there's a crosswind all of a sudden. This one might not happen. We're gonna run out of runway before we touch the grounds. Yeah, aborting. Way too fast, way too high. Keeping flaps at 1 so we can still have, do some low speed maneuvering, almost. Try to keep her around 100 knots. Not too much. Drops flaps 2. Stay at 100 knots, please. There we go, okay. And we still got the bit of a crosswind going. We might be good this time around. Yep, we're good. We got this. And touchdown, brakes, reverse thrusters. Flaps up. Nice. Alright, so this is the next airport that we made it to. Cool, so now we can fly back. Let's go taxi down to this way. That wasn't too bad of a crosswind. I mean, I barely noticed it. She does not want to move forward. You're gonna have to get a little more throttle input. Alright. Not bad, not bad. It got a little bumpy there, did you see that? We really don't need all this runway, so I think we're gonna cut her back over here. Drop flaps 1 notch. Alright, here we go. Full throttle now. Release. And here comes the fun stuff. Getting bumpy terrain. Woohoo! Just as good. That's a nice little dock they had down there. Alright, so now it's time to return back. Flaps up. Nice little cliff face on this river, too. We'll gain some altitude and we'll get ready to land at the main airport. Go back. Taxi back, call it a day. We've delivered our supplies. Even though we did go a little out of the way compared to the airport we wanted to go to, it was still fun. I think about 2,500 would be a good altitude to land at. pop this open. Yeah, there's not many airports between us and there. Why does it keep freaking out on me? So we'll continue on. The Twin Otter is a beast, as we proved. It has what it takes. Hitting some turbulence. Hitting some turbulence. Okay. It's not what I wanted to see. But we can adjust for it. 160 knots, damn. Oh, wow, okay. Wow, I think we got a tailwind. I think that's what's hitting us. That's crazy. Loving southern Alaska though. I think this is just awesome. I really would like to do more bush pilot stuff. I think it would be pretty fucking cool. So we'll get on the ILS for the airport, which has no traffic because I disabled traffic completely because it's such an FPS hit. So I figured, fuck it, we'll turn it off. There should be 2 runways, and I think we're gonna get on to the northwestern one. Yeah. So if we fly this way, we'll be able to cut over onto it. Yep, we should be alright. And I think that's it over there. So it shouldn't be too much longer now, especially at 160 knots. We're at about 10 miles away. 10 miles, 2,800 feet, which is wrong compared to sea level. There's the airport right over there. So we still got a little bit of a ways to go. Shouldn't be too hard to land this beast on that runway. I mean, it's such a long and big runway. I think this runway is designed for 737s and below, so we should have no problem taking it on compared to what we were just doing. I don't see any issues unless I stall it at the end of the runway and we all die, but it's a good possibility. Alright, there's the runway. We're going to start slowly turning and throttling her back because we're within 10 nautical miles. We're going to be within 5 here soon, so I want to make sure we start descending very slowly and kill some airspeed in the process. Vertical speed is doing alright. Doing 140 knots. I kind of want to get around to 120 knots, to be honest. Okay, I don't need this anymore. I kind of see where I'm going visually. It is pretty coastline though. I like the coastline. Getting around 120 knots. We are within 5 nautical miles. So we're kind of on a good glide slope here. So I actually want to decrease just a bit more. There we go. Not too shabby. Should put us in a good position to land. Currently 2,000 feet. I think 1,000 feet, or a little under 1,000 feet, about 600 feet is where that runway's gonna lie. Throttle back just a bit more. Drop flaps 1. Keep it around 100 knots, please. We're gonna descend a little bit faster. Alright, and we should be good to go here. I don't see any foreseeable issues that will need fixing anytime soon. And we're getting closer. And I gotta keep my nose up just a bit more, because if I don't keep my nose level, we're gonna continue to descend faster than I want to. I do see one issue now, and that is our airspeed, which I just want to increase just a little bit. Nothing a little bit of power won't fix. Low pressure. That should be okay. I want to give it just a tad more power, because I'm going to drop flaps 2. There we go. And our descent has slowed even more. But nonetheless, we are still descending, maintaining the same speed, which is good. I like that. Double check, make sure there's nothing around us. Should be alright. It's a nice little descent I had going here. I can keep it up. Throttle back just a little bit. We're losing airspeed a little faster than I thought, so we'll just apply a little bit more throttle. And touchdown. And we have plenty of runway to just let this thing roll. And that is exactly what we were going to do. We were going to let her roll. And just roll. Because I do not want to taxi down a runway when I can just let her coast. Look at that. No brakes or anything, and we're already at 40 knots. That's crazy. And we got our flaps up, of course, because just in case, you know, if you roll out like this, you don't want to keep your flaps down, and then all of a sudden you realize you're still at your takeoff speed, and you're airborne again. So that is a bad idea. Same reason why it's a bad idea to taxi with flaps down also. You don't want to be that guy who just took off on a taxiway because you weren't paying attention. So we're still moving. I'm going to give it a little bit of throttle so we can get over to the parking area. Oh. And we're almost there. That was a nice little hop, skip, and a jump around Alaska. Quite enjoyed that myself. I don't know about you guys. Alright, so we're going to turn into the parking area. And we're just going to go randomly park it somewhere because it doesn't really matter too much. Small airport though, not a lot of buildings. Probably lots of bears, though. The bears can smell the menstruation. This looks like a parking area over here, or a parking spot or two. I don't see any yellow T's. Where's a yellow T? Oh, you see cracks in the pavement. Alright, so we'll go ahead and park her right over here. Assuming these are parking spots. Set parking brake, and we'll go ahead and cut the engines. Thank you for that. And there we go. So if you guys enjoyed Prepar3d, you want to see me do some more flying, maybe around Alaska, maybe in a jetliner, maybe in a fighter jet, doesn't matter to me. Let me know in the comments below. Talk to you guys later. Peace.